Bellerin, Bellerin, back to Bellerin.
In by Mustafi. Bellerin, brilliant! 2-2. Hector Bellerin, Bellerin, Hector Bellerin. Na, 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 na. That's a song. Yeah.
All right, everybody, welcome to halftime of a chaotic 45 minutes of play at the Emirates. Arsenal walking into halftime with a 2-1 lead over Liverpool, a surprising 2-1 lead given how they started. Ryan, come on in. Lot of questions, a lot of debate among us, a lot of debate. I know you were doing a little lip reading. I can't even get it out. From the water break, but it seemed like the formation didn't really take in those first 15 minutes.
No, from what I read on Arteta's assistant's lips was the midfield is not working, and it wasn't. We've been overrun. They battered us for a good 40 minutes of that half, and yeah, the midfield just wasn't. I don't know. I don't want to say working hard, because they seem to do a lot of running. They seem to do a lot of useless running. And then you had Lacazette dropping deep again, and you know my thoughts on him dropping that far back when he's a number 9. And just from 2 mistakes, we've managed to grab a lead somehow. But yeah, the formation just didn't seem to work straight off the bat. And I don't know if the players are a bit confused because they kept changing in the warm-ups, what tactics they were going to use and whatnot. But yeah, they need to give the ball to Pepe, because I feel like he has the beating of most of their defence. So, and he didn't really get into the game from the formation that we were playing. And then as soon as the drinks break came, after that it seemed to like change a little bit. We started getting back into the game, was pressing higher. We had more of the ball. But yeah, they're still dangerous on the counter-attack.
Yeah, and again, let's talk about this, Sam. We were commenting before in the match. We've been commenting about it for weeks, but we saw it straight away. You know, we got Lacazette. I saw in the second minute. We were talking about it like right after the kickoff. He's playing. It seems like he wants to play a 10. He just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper. And yet, you know, right away, he after the break, he pulls them back in. He gets a gift, he makes do with it. 2 goals in the last 2 games, but what a puzzling player.
Yeah, puzzling is definitely the word. He reminds me of that kid that you get turn up to a Sunday league game and goes, "Oh yeah, I'm a striker." You go, "All right, we'll play there then," and then he ends up either in defence or being a defensive midfielder. I've said it for a very, very long time. This team needs a vocal point at the top of the pitch to get out. And with him playing, unfortunately, it doesn't happen. Yes, he scored and supplied a goal, which is great for us as we stand at the moment. My issue is, as Ryan said, him dropping back. His overall play for me is the big issue. For me, if we're going to be playing this formation, we need somebody to literally be the focal point up top, and like I said, it's not doing it. This whole, he works hard for the team. Yeah, fair play. But at the end of the day, you're the team striker. You need to be in the final third of the pitch. When Pepe was on the counter-attack, he's going up against 2 defenders. He had no options. Then you can see Lacazette, not even in the picture as we're breaking, just jogging up to join the attack. And you just think to yourself, what are you doing? You are a striker. You're supposed to be given an option for your teammate so that he can either bounce the ball off you and go again, or you take it another way. For me, his overall play just isn't working. Barring his goal and substitution, not substitution, his goal and assist, I think that's what's saving him from a substitution at half time. But I'd probably look at around 60 minutes and put Auber up top instead of Lacazette and say to him, stay up front.
I don't think you'd have to tell Aubameyang to stay up front. Dean, come on in. We talked about the lack of cohesion up front, but we also saw lack of cohesion in the back. The old story, we scratch our heads. I think you were joking with people offline about this. It's about time, 20 minutes in, about time for Arsenal to make the mistake. They made the mistake. Sam's talking about leadership up front, but who's holding it together at the back? It just seems, in some ways, they're kind of ahead by default.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of made the point when you said who's holding things at the back, because I mean, even Rob isn't really where he's supposed to be at times. You got Rob sort of moving up into a sort of defensive midfielder position. You've got Xhaka, who we've been praising, and I said this when we were watching the game, like when we praised Mustafi, and then he went and became typical Mustafi against that lot. Tonight, we're praising Xhaka, and I said about him being most improved, and he just seems at certain points to become typical Xhaka today. I mean, Cedric's been, for the most part, solid, in my opinion. Tierney has been on it. There was a couple of little sort of pushes forward that he kind of, sent the ball and, he was offside, or the player he was passing to was offside. I mean, our three at the back, Louise has sort of been hot and cold. I mean, I don't think there's been any one. I think our strongest players have been our fullbacks or our wingbacks at the back there. Terrere even kind of slipped a little bit at certain points, but he I don't think there's one player personally, outside of from what I've personally monitored there for Cedric, that's really been a solid stand-up performance. I mean, Ryan and Sam may disagree. They may have an opinion there of someone that's done the job, but I do feel that we've been very lucky to be where we are at half-time.
All right, Ryan, let's come back to you. I mean, Arsenal, for all of the head-scratching, all the screaming we've done, and we know all the fans out there who are with us are doing the same, very ragtag, very back and forth, but yet they've got a lead. They're opening the half with a lead. Let's put it to you. You said, we talked about this before the match. We're talking about it during the first half. Pepe is dangerous, but Pepe is a very lonely man right now. How do you get him help so that Arsenal gives themselves a chance to not just defend? We don't want to see them do that because we know they have trouble with that, but push out and perhaps expand this lead early on.
Well, personally, what I would do is if Lacazette's not coming off, then get in his ear and say, go on the centre-backs, not the central defensive midfielder, the centre-backs, drag them away from Pepe. And then I would tell Saka to come into the middle a little bit more and get Fabinho to mark him. And then Pepe has the space of the left. He can come inside and whatnot. He has all that room to go one-on-one with Joe Gomez, who we said it during the game. He looks a bit shaky at the moment. Get Pepe focused on him. Get Lacazette to drag the Van Dijk away. Get Saka to drag Fabinho away, and then it's one-on-one. Because Tierney will take Alexander-Arnold. One-on-one Pepe against Gomez, I think we know the winner there. So we need to just make the space for him. They're not doing that. Lacazette, as Sam mentioned, I've mentioned during the game, he's dropping too far back and it's congesting the midfield, leaving Pepe on his own. Xhaka doesn't know what to do because he wants to play the crossfield pass to Nelson, who is in always acres of space. We've seen it a few times where he's been called offside, where he can hit the man in the box. But if Lacazette's not there, that pass to Nelson is worthless. Lacazette needs to be on the last man. I can't say it enough. He needs to be on the last man and stop trying to be a number 10. He's trying to play the role that Firmino is playing up the other end, but he's just not as good. Whereas, as I'm saying, just get Pepe the space, and that's how we win this game.
All right, Sam, you're going to get the final word. We're running out a little short on time here, but let's stick with this theme. We know Arsenal have had trouble under Arteta, even when they do well coming out of halves. So it's good that they have a little cushion, but again, we'd like to see them push out rather than just try to hang on to this 2-1 lead. Is this a matter, as we talk about Lacazette having to stay up front, but we've seen it for so long. I mean, this is him now. Is in some ways it's like asking too much to him to suddenly change. Does Mikel Arteta need to make a substitution to remedy that problem? I mean, you talked about bringing Aubameyang on. Ryan's talked about it. Is that something that needs to be done at the half, or is that something he needs to be looking to do right away?
I would probably say give it 10 minutes. See how we fare in the next 10 minutes. If Lacazette is dropping deep too often, then I'd make that substitution for Aubameyang. Yeah, that I'd literally give it 10 minutes. Like, at the end of the day, we need to see how we're going to come out, and I think changing it at halftime would be a bit premature. I think 10 minutes is a good time to gauge how we get in. Can I just pull up a point and say that how lucky Liverpool are still to have 11 men on the pitch, considering when Holding completely bodied Mane did have a kick out at him, and how VAR didn't pick that up. And as we say constantly, the inconsistency of VAR is just getting beyond a joke. And like that, I don't think he should be on the pitch now, to be perfectly honest.
All right. Well, to that end, we did hear VAR is not going to be an on-field thing now. I think it's being taken away from the Prem, so we can something to discuss in the post-match. Dean, we have maybe a minute at a time. What are you looking for, substitution-wise, tactic-wise, or just luck-wise? It seems we talked about two teams that just we can't get a handle on them. We still can't get a handle on them. Liverpool really does seem to be out of sorts. They're giving Arsenal an opportunity.
Yeah, I feel for the two chances we've taken, and that we've actually taken advantage of with their slip-ups. I still don't feel we're doing enough, as all of us have discussed in this sort of 15-minute halftime review here. I don't think the formation's working. I feel maybe we need to go to a flat back four. I feel, as the boys say, see how we fare with Lacazette, but Aubameyang needs to come on for me. I also feel that we may need Ceballos, as controversial as that may be. But outside of that, Aubameyang definitely, or Ceballos, or maybe Joe Willock to run on. But I'm looking at our bench, and our bench isn't especially sort of, awe-inspiring for me personally. But yeah, I feel we need to change. They say that it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we're not 2-1 ahead, in my opinion, from our own great performance. So there is changes in need. Maybe Bellerin as well. Sorry, I didn't even realise it was under it. Perhaps Bellerin for the latter part, if he can use his legs. Yeah.
All right. It seems like we've got an extra minute here, Ryan. No subs used. Who do you look to? Obviously, we've talked about Aubameyang, and we've seen Aubameyang on the half. He's very much in the game. He looks very stern. He's running it through. He's probably thinking, I could have scored there. I'd be this. He's an obvious change. Who else might come off the bench given the makeup? Again, it's everything's all over the place today.
Yeah, I think Dean said it best. We need some more control in the midfield. I like the job Torreira is doing, but I feel it's a bit baseless if we don't control the ball when we have it. So if we could maybe take off a defender or something and put Ceballos in the midfield and we're up against Liverpool toe for toe and have our midfielders against theirs. I think Ceballos or Willock definitely. But yeah, I think that's all the changes I would make. Maybe one or two.
All right. Again, I'm giving up trying to predict what we're going to see. We tried. It didn't work, but somehow Arsenal reached the half. Arsenal's got the lead. Arsenal's at home. Clearly, they're not facing Liverpool, the Liverpool that won the title. They're facing the Liverpool that seems to be really just kind of running out the string. So, 3 points are there to be taken. We'll catch you at the end of the next 45, and hopefully we'll have a good story to finish. All right, everybody, go grab your drink, go grab your sandwich, hit the bathroom, hunker down. 45 minutes of crazy football are coming up, and we'll catch you on the backside.